Everyone is talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 rumors, but we do not know much, if at all, about the console. Because of that, here are 100 brand new features I'd love to see added to the Nintendo Switch 2. Some of these ideas are from viewers like you who responded to our post in the community tab, so if you want to be featured in an upcoming video, hit the subscribe button so you get notified whenever we post over there, then you can comment your ideas. We got 100 ideas to go through, let's get started. Number 1, backwards compatibility. This is an absolute must. I have faith that Nintendo will do the right thing here, as if the Switch 2 does not allow you to play in base Nintendo Switch games, I will probably lose my mind. That would be so annoying. Feature 2 comes from user SI6, I'm not reading all that, who wants to see new controllers completely. Keep the Joy-Con in that style of controller that connects to the Switch, but new designs, shapes, and all that. I completely agree. I want to see way more ergonomic Joy-Cons. The Joy-Con are fun, but if you have decently sized hands, they can get pretty tiresome to hold during long sessions, which is why I exclusively use the Pro Controller. Number 3 is console skin customization. Nintendo 100% needs to get way better with their special editions for the Switch 2, because the majority of the Switch ones are just completely lackluster. We need some really cool skins on this thing. Number 4 is dock faceplate customization. This is just like the new 3DS, which would allow you to swap out the faceplates. That giant slab of plastic on the dock should have a little thing that can hitch out, and then you can slide in one themed after Mario, or maybe Zelda, or maybe Metroid. It's just a cheap and easy way for Nintendo to charge us more money on products we don't really need. Number 5 from Electrical Zach says multiple game cartridge slots is a must-have. I don't know about must-have, but it would definitely be nice to be able to put 2 different game carts in this system. And also, if the Switch 2 cartridges are different sizes from the normal Switch cartridges, then it would make sense. You could have a Switch 2 game and a base Switch game in your Switch 2 at the same time, just like you could do on the DS with the GBA slot. For number 6, we have more basic themes. We have basic white and basic black, but no actual colors. What are we doing? Nintendo, where's basic red, basic blue? This was by far one of the most requested things, and Nintendo takes the idea one step further with number 7, a theme shop. The 3DS had one of these. You could buy actual themes from different games. These were super cool. Number 8 takes things a step further. On the 3DS, you could buy different themes for games, and then they would make sound effects and play music from said game. Nintendo, we need theme music and sound effects. Come on. Number 9, I love this idea by Tropixify, a docking system that still shows the screen. The way I envision this is a clear dock, or I guess they could just go with this dock from my Nintendo Switch Pro mock-up video. But then while you're playing your game on your actual TV, the Switch screen could have maybe the time of day or some party notifications if you get an invite, kind of similar to the iOS 17's new standby mode. Number 10 is more unique controllers. There are a ton of really ridiculous third-party controllers on the Switch that I guess are technically Joy-Con but do not resemble Joy-Con at all. Nintendo even made some of them with the NES Online ones. I think this would be sick. They should definitely lean into this more. Number 11 is modular controllers. Look at this mock-up we made a couple years ago. Imagine being able to swap out the buttons for a D-pad or your ABXY for a GameCube layout. Number 12 is app music. Past Nintendo consoles had entire OSTs for every single app, whether it was settings, the news app, photo gallery, and more. The Switch has radio silence. Boo. Number 13 is really generic, but more power. I hope this Switch is way more powerful than the current one and can run more games. Number 14, Joy-Con drift fix. If I get my Switch 2 controllers, whatever form they take, and a couple months into using them, the camera starts randomly moving in one game or my character starts walking slowly to the left, I will lose my mind. We need more video apps on the Switch 2. Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, Prime Video. I mean, we got like YouTube right now, and I think Hulu's on the Switch too, but we need all of them. How is this not already here? It doesn't make sense. Luckily, Gudzuck8699 agrees with me, so Nintendo's gotta listen to us now. Number 16 comes from Timothy Stefan 7012 with disc compatibility. This is one that will unfortunately never happen, but a disc reader you could plug into your Switch dock and allowed you to play somehow Wii U, GameCube games would be amazing. Never gonna happen. And number 17 comes to us from Jamarcus the Lamb 87, who wants speakers on the Joy-Con like the Wii. This would be absolutely awesome. I don't necessarily know how useful it would be, but the speakers on the Wiimotes were always so funny playing any sort of Wii party game. Number 18 is Miiverse, or at least something like it, as SirBlade609 suggests. I'm actually surprised we never got like a Nintendo Switch Online social media type thing. If they just bring back Miiverse, probably without the Miis sadly, and allowed people to post their own Switch screenshots on this next console, that would be amazing. And number 19 from Brian Dunn wants to see a stylus. I'm gonna be honest, I never used the stylus on the DS. In fact, I think I lost mine. But hey, I guess anyone who uses some of the Switch's drawing apps would probably like this. For number 20, we have a Joy-Con headphone jack, and 21, the Joy-Con microphone. This, along with the speaker in the Joy-Con, would basically allow anyone to join party chat, which is number 22. We need party chat in this game. Datboy723's got the idea. Voice chat that doesn't use the app, that's all he wants. That's all I want. It's actually ridiculous Nintendo hasn't given us this. For number 23, we have sending chats. I mean, like text message type things from Switch account to Switch account. Unfortunately, it would definitely only be from friend to friend, even if that, but it would be super useful. Number 24 is sending voice chats. You can do this on the Xbox or PlayStation, and it leads to some of the funniest moments ever. You basically just get to send a voice memo to someone else. Imagine smoking someone in Mario Kart and then sending them a voice memo talking trash. I mean, Nintendo would not allow that ever, but I think it's a great idea. Number 25 is no more friend codes. Please, Nintendo, just move to like a username system like literally every other company ever. And number 26, we gotta be able to send our screenshots to friends over this hypothetical text message Nintendo system that we've created. Even better, number 27, system-wide stamps. You could either purchase these from a stamp eShop, maybe get them for completing achievements, or maybe even certain games like Super Mario 3D World would have a stamp book, and when you unlock the stamps in the game, they're added to your main library and you can use them in Nintendo Switch Online chat. Number 28 comes to us from Adriana Waddington, who just wants a new UI redesign. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I agree with her. It doesn't have to be radically different, but the Switch's UI, we're used to it now, but it's very bare bones. There's a lot more that could be done here to improve functionality and just style. I'd like some sort of revamp. Number 29 comes from LF21 Hungry, who wants more Mii integration to make the consoles feel more like the 3DS and Wii U. Will this happen? Absolutely not. Nintendo has moved past Mii's, it's very clear, they're kind of phasing them out, but man, I'm nostalgic for the Wii. I kind of really wish they would bring them back. Number 30, we have a 4K output. This was highly requested from a lot of different people, and I completely agree. The dock should be able to output 4K, whether it renders in 1080p and then upscales it with NVIDIA DLSS, I don't really care, but to release a console in 2024 that doesn't have 4K output, that's kind of ridiculous. 31, this might be controversial, but I actually don't want a 4K screen. The actual screen on the tablet should not be 4K. You would barely be able to tell the increase in resolution because it's a small screen on a tablet, and it would completely zap battery life. I'm perfectly fine with the 1080p screen they got now. Number 32, we should be able to arrange apps however we want. You could do this on the Wii. The fact that the Switch is stuck on like your most recently played app being the first one, why can I not just put Mario Kart all the way at the front? And then number 33 is folders. Absolutely blows my mind that proper folders don't exist. We need them for the second Switch. Number 34 is adaptive triggers. The PS5 DualSense actually has these triggers that give resistance when you push in. It makes a bunch of games a lot more immersive, and it's a feature I'd love to see Nintendo yoink on over. Number 35, we have achievements similar to PlayStation, suggested by Crusher7084, and number 36, a web browser. We need it. Banana King 67 says download play. If you don't remember what this was, basically on the DS, if you were next to someone else who had a game, say Mario Kart DS, you could play the game even if you didn't have the game. The DS would basically just download whatever files it needed. It was super seamless and I loved it. They'll never bring this back though, it's way too pro-consumer, but I mean, man, it would be very fun. Number 38, we have the Air Dock. This would basically let you do PlayStation Remote Play. It is kind of pointless considering the Switch is already in handheld, but if you forget your Switch, it would be nice to be able to stream the games to your phone if you have a good enough Wi-Fi connection. Vovi Ben says not a Switch 2, it's boring AF. And so for number 39, we're going with the Nintendo Flip, which is basically just a Switch with a second screen that's foldable. Multiple people had this idea, including the exact name, so I felt like I had to include it. Number 40 is DS games on NSO. You'd have to play them in handheld, but they could definitely make it work. And then for number 41, 3DS games on NSO. Number 42, you all knew it was coming, GameCube on NSO. This was actually rumored like before the Switch was even the Switch. When it was just NX, we thought we were having GameCube Virtual Console. That was a lie. It's finally time, Nintendo. For number 43, we have the projector dock. Imagine this, an official dock by Nintendo. You slot your Switch in, but instead of having an HDMI output, it would use as a projector. That would be very neat. Number 44, the ability to use your old Switch as kind of a gamepad. This would be useful in the DS or 3DS Nintendo Switch Online games. Number 45, I want the Switch 2 to have an OLED screen, but I know it probably won't, so I want them to at least come out with a Switch 2 OLED model close to launch, or if not, launch with it as well. I don't personally care too much about having an OLED screen as I play most of my games on TV, but I know people who swear by it, and I don't want them to have to go back down to an LCD. Number 46, let us use our old dock. I don't know how feasible this is, but what if we could put the Switch 2 in the base Switch dock, and maybe we just don't get some of the extra power. I just don't want like the 3 docks and 700 Joy-Con I own to become plastic waste when the Switch 2 comes out. I feel like that's just kind of dumb. Number 47 is password protected. Let us password protect our Switch, Nintendo. The only close thing you have now is the 3-button press, except that doesn't work because when I throw my Switch in my bag, if one button gets pressed down, it detects that as has 3 button presses and then a million more button presses, and the Switch is on. Battery, bye-bye. Number 48 is a better eShop. The eShop is terrible right now. Nintendo, please change it. Allow us to actually find the games we want to find. Get rid of any sort of lag. It shouldn't be lagging. It's a virtual shop. Figure it out. And number 49, the most important one in this entire video, Gamerboy2 says, all right, let's be real. All we want is eShop music. If that changes, he's happy, I'm happy, and world peace will be achieved. This is true. Look it up. For number 50, we have cloud backups for every game. We get most games backed up to the cloud right now, but not all of them. That's just so dumb. Number 51 is good DLSS. DLSS is NVIDIA's new tech that allows you to AI upscale your output, so the Switch 2 would only have to render in 1080p, but we would get pretty close to native 4K results. This would unlock so much potential for developers. This would be quite incredible. Number 42 is a louder speaker. The speaker on the base Switch sounds like nothing. I don't have a Switch OLED. I've heard it's better there, so maybe just take that and put it in Switch 2. Number 53 is louder max headset volume. Whenever I do use my Switch in handheld, if I put headphones in, I can barely hear anything. I don't know if my ears are just like broken, but the max headset volume on Switch is about 65% of what I would want. Number 54 is an improved kickstand, another thing that the Nintendo Switch OLED already fixed. And number 55, get rid of that dang IR camera. Not only is it completely useless except for Nintendo Labo, but it probably makes the Joy-Con way more expensive too. Get rid of that thing. Number 56 is longer video recording. You can only record the past 30 seconds by holding down this record button. That is dumb. We should be able to record at least like 2 or 3 minutes. All right, 57, this one would change the world. We've had HD Rumble before, but let me introduce you to 4K Rumble. This would just be a way improved version of HD Rumble, like actual good haptics in the Switch's Joy-Con. Number 58, SSD. I hope the Switch 2 has an SSD. I hate loading screens. Sue me. Number 59 is a higher base storage. If this console launches and 32 gigs is the base storage option, just like the base Switch, that is ridiculous. Number 60 is more storage options. It's actually kind of shocking. Look at like the iPhone, for example. Even Meta's Quest headsets. You can buy one with the base storage option or pay like 100 more and get a lot more storage. Why can't we do that here? Number 61, Nintendo Switch with ChatGPT. I'm gonna be honest, I asked my friend for help on this video. This was one of 2 ideas he gave me. This one makes no sense. I'm not gonna bother elaborating because he didn't either. And the other idea, well, you'll know it when we get to it. It also makes, it's actually probably even weirder than this one. Number 62 is a voice assistant. Imagine a Siri-esque voice, but maybe it's like an AI version of Mario's voice. I would love that. Number 63, I already asked for more power, but I'm gonna get specific here. I want the Switch 2 to be powerful enough to run modern sports games. I know that's a very niche request, but I want to be able to play full versions of Madden, FIFA, 2K, all these games on the Switch. Not just for me, but these are, like it or not, some of, if not the most popular games in the casual market. If Nintendo does this, the Switch 2 could quite possibly outsell the base Switch. Like, imagine being able to play a full version of FIFA or a full version of Madden on the go. That would be revolutionary. Number 64 is more game demos, and number 65 is more Nintendo Switch Online game trials. Game demos or trials can only be good for the consumer. We need more of them. Number 66 is crossplay with Xbox. A lot of games already have Xbox crossplay, such as Minecraft, but I wish we could get to a point where having to worry about what console your friends are playing on is a thing of the past. If every Switch and Xbox game that had a version on the opposite console was able to be played on the opposite console, that would be amazing. Same thing with PlayStation 2, but I just don't think that's gonna happen. Number 67, $350 at the base model. It can definitely get more expensive if you pay for more storage or an OLED screen, but the base model should be around $350. I think that's a good sweet spot. And number 68, more variably priced games. I am perfectly fine with Nintendo charging $70 for Tears of the Kingdom or maybe Metroid Prime 4 if that means games that don't deserve to be $60 are not $60. There are a whole lot of Switch games out there that should be $30 max. Pricing those games lower on the Switch 2 would be very nice. Number 69 is dedicated servers. It's long overdue, Nintendo. Your online sucks. Give us dedicated servers. And number 70, this one's kind of funny. I want to be able to disable all screenshots. Now, I've mentioned this in videos in the past, and there's always some smart people in the comments going, oh, you can do this. Just unbind the screenshot button. Wrong. You cannot bind or unbind buttons on third-party controllers. When I play with friends, I use the Pro controller, the only one you could actually unbind it on, and they all use cheaper third-party controllers that I bought. Because of that, you can go back through my camera roll and watch a solid 5 or 10 minutes of a Mario Party game in stop motion. They do this until the Switch runs up on storage, then I delete them all, and then they figure out I delete them, and it's a cycle of life and death, and mostly death for me, life for them, because for some reason they love doing that. I mean, it is kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. But it also sucks. Nintendo, let me disable the screenshot button entirely, or at least least let me delete more than 100 images at a time. Come on. Number 71 is enhanced Switch games. Certain games on the Nintendo Switch weren't able to maximize their true potential through power. Just because the Switch is a relatively underpowered console, some specific fixes I have are Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 60 frames per second when playing with 3 or 4 players. As soon as you go into the quad box on local split screen, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe just halves its frame rate. That kind of sucks. Breath of the Wild with no load times. Apparently a version of Breath of the Wild that was in 4K 60 FPS with no load times was demoed at Gamescom by Nintendo. That would be awesome. Number 74, same thing with Tears of the Kingdom, or at least let it run at a stable 60 FPS. Number 75 makes Pokemon Scarlet and Violet at least somewhat playable. With the new power of the Switch 2, that should not even be a question. I mean, it's not even a question on the Switch 1, but you know, Game Freak is gonna do Game Freak things. One of my favorite Switch experiences of all time is Bowser's Fury, but unfortunately the frame rate drops a lot whenever Bowser goes into Fury mode. Eliminating all those would be awesome. And then for number 77, any and all Warriors games, including Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors, they can turn into absolute slideshows. Let's fix that. Number 78 is more intense 99 games. Tetris 99, Pac-Man 99, F-Zero 99. These games are blasts, but they're all very, very simple games. What if we got like Super Mario 64 99? Something like that would be electric. Number 79, Bluetooth phone as a controller. There's nothing worse than having a big group of people who want to play a game but not having enough controllers. If you could boot up the Nintendo Switch Online app, click a couple buttons, connect your phone to the Switch, and at least have the buttons on that would be very nice. For number 80, we have massive Switch same controllers. This is another one from my friend. Basically what he meant was like a 30-inch size Switch screen, but the controllers are still the same size, so they're just tiny little things on the side of the screen. This would completely annihilate the portable nature of the Switch, but I guess if you were in a living situation where you didn't have a TV, this would actually be kind of useful. It would make tabletop mode a lot more viable. Number 81, AirPlay. Would this happen? No, but one of my favorite features of the Apple TV is being able to mirror my phone to the TV. I'd love to be able to mirror it to the Switch instead. Number 82 is Street Pass, a famed feature from the 3DS. And number 83 is PictoChat, another famed feature from the DS. Number 84 is a famed feature from the Wii U. Just kidding, it's not famed at all. It's Wii U Chat. This was a video service, basically FaceTime. If the Switch had a camera, then yeah, sure, let's get Switch Chat going. Number 85, I'd love to be able to use filters on this. Apple just added a bunch of new FaceTime filters. This sort of thing is just kind of cute. I like seeing it. Number 86 is more accurate time checking. The Nintendo Switch will tell you if you've played a game for a little while, or 5 hours or more, or 10 hours or more, but like the Wii U and 3DS would let you see specific days how much you played each game. The Switch is tracking this stuff too, as you can see it, but you have to set up parental controls. Just give us like a daily log app. Number 87 is a party system. Obviously, this would have to be built into the Switch itself. It's basically just like a giant group chat. It would include the voice chat I talked about earlier. It would be with multiple people, and you could send messages into the party too. Number 88 is a smart party system. If me and my friends are in a party, we all have Mario Kart installed on our Switch, and then one of us opens Mario Kart, there should be an option to say, hey, do you all want to jump into this? And maybe it'll put you in a like lobby already or something. Number 89 is rolling triggers. This comes to us from Shopee with an accent. Apparently Nintendo patented rolling triggers a while ago, and Shopee thinks it could improve navigating menus and be a good way to differentiate the Switches. I completely agree, this would be neat. On the topic of like rolling triggers, we already talked about like modular controllers, but Carter Cumber takes that idea even further with this idea of custom buttons, like being able to pop out maybe the left arrow and replace it with a zoom slider. Nintendo could create a ton of completely new and innovative ways to interact with games by selling custom buttons. It's a weird idea, but it would be definitely neat. Number 91 is a 5G option. I put option here specifically as I don't think every Switch 2 should have 5G because a lot of people just won't want it. It'll be pricey and kind of pointless for some people, but if you want to be able to play online games wherever you are, getting a Switch that you can activate cellular on would be super neat. Number 92 comes to us from Gabe's 3D World, who wants to see digital game guides or behind the scenes game art. Maybe you'd have to use platinum points to purchase them or their Switch Online exclusive, but it would be super cool to have some exclusive art from your favorite game or a game guide to view when you need it on the Switch itself. Yeah, I completely love this idea. This would be incredible. I totally am behind this. Number 93 is backwards compatible Joy-Con. I want to be able to use my old Joy-Con on the Switch. I know they drift. I know they kind of suck. I don't care. I don't want to have to buy like 8 new Joy-Con just so every one of my friends can play the new game. It's just, I don't want to do it. Stop. Number 94 is the Everybody Votes channel from Grain O'Shea. This was a bop of a channel back on the Wii. Yeah, I totally want this back. Number 95 is very interesting. This comes from, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that, who suggests a top slide rail, then Nintendo can release accessories like a second screen or a camera sold separately. This also plays into being able to use the Switch in VR. They could have a head strap for the slide rail, and yeah, the amount of possibilities here would be be endless. Imagine being able to attach actual accessories on the top of your Switch. A front-facing camera for video calls, a second screen with certain information, even a 3D screen like the 3DS. Yeah, this would be really, really cool. Number 96 comes from Narwhal PM. Narwhal wants a cartoon boxing glove on a spring that shoots out of the back and punches you in the face. I think you're onto something, Narwhal. I think you are. For number 97, we have game intros. When you clicked on a game on the Wii, or even the Wii U, you got a little jingle and a screen showing you what this game is all about. On the Switch, you get this black Nintendo Switch screen, and then it goes straight to the game's title screen. I mean, it's just a little boring. I would love to see a little intro going into the game. I don't know. Number 98, better battery. I know the Switch 2 is going to be a lot more powerful, but I hope the battery doesn't take a hit at all. In fact, I hope it improves. Okay, number 99 is reasonable cloud streaming. I know cloud streaming isn't everyone's favorite thing, but it's definitely the future of the gaming industry, at least the one that Microsoft is trying to push for. Recently, it got leaked that they're working on an entire cloud streaming console. I'm just going to be honest, cloud streaming could allow the probably still going to be underpowered Nintendo Switch 2 to play games that are releasing on the Xbox Series X and PS5. Anything that allows that, I'm a fan of. And then number 100, Xbox Cloud. Could you imagine being able to play any Xbox game on your Switch? Xbox Cloud streaming is already coming to the Meta Quest headset, so it's not that crazy of an idea, especially considering Microsoft and Nintendo's partnership as of late. Well, thank you guys for watching. That's 100 ideas. Click the button on the screen right now for a brand new video. I'll see you in the next one. Signing off. Peace.